Hey, I'm Josh. Today I'm going to do some retail arbitrage. I'm going to show you how I go into a store and find products that I can buy and then resell them on Amazon to make a profit. So what store am I going to? I just pulled up at the Adidas store. Adidas needs no introduction, so let's just go inside and see if I can find anything. Is this even a real store? It looks like someone made their own Adidas sign at home and slapped it up on the side of a storage unit and is trying to sell some stuff out of it. As long as it's not counterfeit, I guess we're good. Okay, thank God it is a real Adidas store. It's actually pretty nice inside here. I'm just gonna take a look around and see if I can find anything. Okay, so there's a 30% off sale on that rack. Looks like everything on that rack is $9.98. And there's a few more 30% off signs over here. It's like if everything has a 30% off sign on it, it kind of loses its effect, am I right? Like 30% off of a 50% markup. Okay, so those are 30% off. Those are 30% off. 30% off. Oh my gosh, we actually found one that wasn't just a 30% off here. It's $29.98. That's actually pretty cheap for a pair of shoes. I might have to look those up. Those might be profitable, even if they are just kid shoes. So it looks like everything on this table is marked down or clearanced out. These are all probably just left over from the summer. And ironically, I'm wearing Adidas slides inside the Adidas store today. These look like the exact same ones I'm wearing. I'm gonna check that price tag and make sure I didn't get ripped off when I got mine. And yes, I'm wearing socks and sandals. Because when I got up this morning, I decided that today was the day that I'd basically given up on myself. Or maybe it was just a Monday. I can't really remember, but don't judge me. Okay, so I'm just making a big loop around the store to see if anything catches my eye, like a 50% off of the already marked down price or a 70 or 80% off. There's some red tags on those tags. Oh, what a surprise, there's another 30% off sign there. So I'm not really seeing anything up in the clothing section here, so I think I'm gonna head back to the shoe section. There's gotta be something back here that's profitable. I just gotta start scanning stuff. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm starting at one end of the shoe section and I'm just gonna start scanning shoes. So we're looking at a shoe here. It's $89.98 at the store, so let's give one of these a scan. Okay, so the buy box is $109. That's the current buy it now price. That's not very good. There's not enough room there for us to make any money on it. So we'll scan another one here. It's also $109. And you wanna scan different sizes here so we can get an idea of what people are willing to pay. $115, okay, so these are selling for about $109, which just isn't gonna be profitable, so we move on to the next shoe. 104 was the buy box on this one. 116. 112. Okay, so these are about the same. They're $89.98. They're just not going to be profitable, so we move on to the next shoe. These are $99 here at the store. And the buy box is $178. That looks a lot better. $178. I think that was the exact same shoe. So we'll scan a different size here. Let's scan the 6.5s. 206 is the buy box. I always hit the wrong button with my thumb, my fat thumb. 189. 225. Okay, so these look to be profitable because people are willing to pay upwards of $200 for these. So that's just what I'm looking for when I go to the store, just to get a sense of what people are willing to pay. Okay, so now that we found a shoe that I believe is profitable, they're $100 at the store here. We're gonna do some more research on them. So I just scanned the size 7.5. The buy box is $199 and the sales rank is nice and low at 34,000-ish. So we'll hit that button and we can see who else is selling it here. And there's tons of reviews. There's over 4,000 reviews. And it looks like the lowest prime price is $199 and there's 3 sellers on here. And someone's got it listed for $269. All right then. I feel pretty good about this shoe so far, so we're going to open up an app called Profit Bandit and give it a scan here so I can take a more in-depth look at this product so I can get some more info on it to make a better decision. Profit Bandit costs $9.99 a month. It's pretty cheap. Okay, so there's the sales rank. Actually, let's go back to the main page here. Okay, there's the sales rank, 34,000-ish. And you can tell this thing's selling really quickly. Based on the sales rank history chart here, I'm more concerned with this chart than the actual sales rank number. Anytime you see a lot of motion like that, that means this thing's flying off the shelf. And this page just shows us who the other sellers are. We already saw these 3 people in the Amazon seller app. And this is an important page. It's the built-in Keep a chart that will show us what this has been selling for the past 3 months. so we can get a better sense of what's going on. Amazon is nowhere to be found on this listing. Otherwise, there'd be some yellow coloring indicating it there. Selling for 200, then it drops down to 180, then back up to 200, then up to like 269, then back down a little bit. So that looks pretty good. So if we got these for $100, we'll punch in our buy price right here, 100. And if we sold them for $198.99, just under the current buy box price, we'd make about $56 on these. That's not a great ROI, but I'll take that, especially if it's for a single item where I don't have to prep a bunch of things. That works for me. And you could probably pick up a whole bunch of these if you wanted to, based on what I'm seeing here so far. But I do want to check the Keepa app here and give it a scan so we can take a further look back and make sure it wasn't a fluke that these are selling for about 200 for the past 3 months. But I'm sure these look fine. So this goes back 2 years here. Okay, so you see there on the left here, that yellow stuff, that's where Amazon's on the listing. So they're barely ever on this listing, which is a good thing. And you can see there, just in general, it's selling for about 200 and above most of the time. I mean, it doesn't even really go down below like maybe 160 there for like a week or so. So I definitely think we should pick some of these up. So I filmed this video several weeks ago, and all the shoes you're seeing here in this video have already been sent off into Amazon and were available for sale. The shoe I just scanned that we're looking at here in the size 7.5 sold for $220 even, which gave me about a $76 profit just on those shoes, which was about $20 more than I thought I was going to make on them. But because we were in Q4 and it was right before Christmas, I decided to price everything slightly above that current $200 market value price in hopes that the lower offers would all sell out and mine would be the only one left at $220. And in this case, I was correct. I hope they made a nice Christmas present for somebody. I'm like a degenerate, bizarro version of Santa Claus. I mean, nobody made you click on the buy box. And I also picked up 2 pairs of this same shoe in the size 8.5. They sold for $208.98, giving me about a $63 profit on each of them. Originally, I had them priced up around $220, but because they didn't sell by Christmas, I decided to drop the price down and steal the buy box. After I dropped the price down, they sold within a few hours. I could have just been patient and waited for them to sell at $220, but sometimes it's good to be patient, and sometimes you just gotta grab profit when you can. So that is how you make over $200 by reselling 3 pairs of shoes, which was about an hour's worth of work. Okay, so let's look at a different shoe here. Actually, this is the same shoe we were just looking at. It's just in the all black colorway. It's the Ultra Boost 2.0. So let's give one of these a scan with the Amazon seller app. Okay, so the current buy box price is $206.79. That's the current buy it now price on Amazon, and the sales rank is even lower than the other shoe at $14,000. So let's click on that button and see who else is selling it. Okay, so $206 is the lowest prime price right now, and it's creeping up there to $210 and $228, which makes sense. So there aren't a ton of sellers, which I like, and there's almost 8,000 reviews on there, so I really like everything I'm seeing. So what could we make on these? So we'll go back to this page, and we'll click there, which will take us to the page which will let us calculate our profit. So we'll click on Amazon Fulfilled, which means we're going to send it to Amazon, then Amazon's going to ship it to the customer. So we'll just round up our buy price to $100 here. Okay, so we'd make about $69 of profit there. That's what that green price is. So let's open up Profit Bandit again, and we'll give them a scan just to double check. Even though it was the same shoe as the other one, I wouldn't expect it to be too much different. Okay, so here's our shoe on Profit Bandit. All these spikes and jumps means it's selling. We don't even really need to look at this chart because with a sales rank that low and that many reviews, we know it's going to sell. And these are the other sellers. We already saw them on the Amazon seller app. And here's the Keepa chart that's built in here, and it'll tell us what it's been selling for the past 3 months. And you can see it's mostly up around that 220 mark. It does drop down to 210, then down to 180 and back up. So we can open up the Keepa app and give it a scan here, just to double check and make sure nothing weird's going on. Come on, scan, would you? I said scan. It doesn't, the scanner on this app is not great. I'll give you that. Okay, I'm gonna look away and I guarantee it will scan now. Yep, there it goes. Of course it did. Okay, so this goes back an entire year here. And you can see for this almost this entire year, it's over $200 there. That's the going price. So I think we're gonna pick those up for sure. Because if we got these for $100, we'll make about $62 on there if we just undercut the current buy box price. That factors in, this green box here, it factors in all the different fees you're gonna have to pay, shipping to Amazon and everything else. So you don't really have to think too much about it, which is kind of nice. So we're gonna get some of those. Okay, so this table looks interesting. It says score big $34.98, not to be confused with 30% off. And originally they were $70. And it looks like they're all 8.5s. This whole table is just the size 8.5. How the hell did that even happen in the store? So we'll give it a scan here, and unfortunately the buy box is 47, but the sales rank is super low, but there's just not enough room. In fact, we would lose money if we picked any of these up right now, which sucks because these shoes may sell for 60 or 70 at some point, but it's just a little too risky when the buy box is just that low. Okay, so I'm at the back of the store at one of my favorite spots. It's called the hash wall. It's like this big clearance section that's usually at the back of the store. Unfortunately, they love to cut the tops of the boxes off, which kind of stinks, but there's some really cool stuff back here usually. And unfortunately, I do not resell shoes on Amazon unless I have the entire box intact and in good condition. But you can sell these in other places like eBay, and there's a whole bunch of other places online that'll work. And there's probably some profit back here, but I'm not gonna mess with it today. I'm just doing Amazon stuff, so I'm gonna move on. Wait, hold on a second. What the WTH are these? What am I even looking at here? Who are they marketing this shoe to? What am I supposed to do in these? Skateboard? Kick a tree? Use them for self-defense? Okay, so from the top, they look kind of normal. And as you turn them here, just there's something really strange about the sole that just kind of weirds me out here. So I'm looking at these men's running shoes. Do we want the sexy cheetah? Or are we more of a sexy zebra? I don't know. Actually, these were profitable. I probably could have picked a couple pairs of these up, to be honest. So back when I was a kid, shoes used to be $3, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I don't know what I'm saying here because the music was so loud in the store that I can't hear what I'm saying, and I'll get a copyright strike if I play it. I mean, it was like really loud, like in the club, like I'm blue, dabble dee dabble 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 dee dabble. Okay, so I've got my 4 shoes here, and I'm heading up to the register in one trip because that's the rules if you're a guy. All right, I just left the Adidas store. I got 4 pairs of shoes in there. I spent a little over $400. Each pair of shoes was about $100. The ROI on that stuff, it just wasn't that great at 50%, but I will make about $200 on that stuff after I pay Amazon all their fees and after I get my initial investment back. I'm trying to stay on a budget today, and I'm only trying to spend about $1,500, so I didn't want to blow all my money on the first stop because I easily probably could have got about 10 pairs of shoes in there. But I'm about to go to some stores where I believe I can get a higher ROI, closer to 100% or more. So I didn't want to blow all my money on this first stop, but I could come back here and grab those shoes if I wanted to. I just wanted to show you that there is profit inside the Adidas outlet store. If you're gated in Adidas, I made a video that shows you step by step how to get ungated in Adidas. I'll put a link to it. You can check it out. That's really all I got for you today. I'm Josh. That's what I did today, and I'll see you next time.